Wow, God is so wonderful. The Bible says God made everything beautiful and He made this island too. This island we are about to watch has been there for ages. On this island, we have about 400 people and about 45 to 50 buildings. People in this village settled on this island during the establishment of the Akosombo Dam, which is over 50 years ago. These people are all Voltarians and Ga Adangbis. The most wonderful thing is they all speak one language, which is Ewe. The name of this island is Preda, meaning forced to sleep or rest. In fact, people in Preda Island are suffering. They look like they are not part of Ghanaians. They lack a lot of social amenities. Let's get into Preda and know what they have for us.
Now, at the outskirts of Preda, we are going to the Queen Mother of Preda. Let's say she is a Queen Mother, the old woman in Preda Island. Let's get into her house and know what goes on in Preda, how they are suffering, what goes on over there, their way of living. Let's get into that place and know a little history about Preda Island.
We are now with the Queen Mother of Preda. Her name is Nyagadidi, meaning old woman. As we all know, she can neither speak English nor the Twi language. So all that she is saying is they are Evers and Ga Adangbis. The reason is whilst the Evers were looking for a place to settle, they came across these Ga Adangbis at Kpando. So they became one and moved together in search of a place to settle. They worked for a longer time in search of a land. They faced many challenges, that is, sometimes have to fight other tribes, but they were always defeated. So they finally came across this island and decided to stay. They named it Preda, meaning forced to sleep. She also told us some of the difficulties they are currently going through. She said they lack all social amenities, being it public toilet, clinic, pipe-borne water, etc. She told me that they only had a school about 2 weeks ago. This school was built by a man of God called Pastor Francis Nyakukumsi of the Church of Pentecost, Amankwa district. And this school reaches only lower primary, that is class from KG to class 3. She further explained the circumstances of people in the village. The men goes fishing and their wives take the fishes to Kpando to sell. And children who are willing to go to school also travel by canoe to other villages for school, and the rest accompany their fathers to fish. She said, due to lack of hospital, many souls are lost, especially pregnant women. All that Nyagadedi wishes is the village gets a clinic and a good drinking water. I'm touched by the history of Preda. Now let's get into the village and know what one or two people have for us.
You are all saying, I have this wonderful purpose. Our fathers and brothers with me here. They are all from Preda Island. As we are talking about a wonderful island, let me say it's 50 regions and something inside. It's near to the water leaf and also to the Volta region. Their mostly language is the Ewe. They all speak Ewe here. And you know I can't speak Ewe. But thank God I have this man with me who could help me with the English. Good evening once again.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. And how are you too?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank God. If I may ask, I want to know your name. I am Joana and you.
I'm Columbus.
Columbus. Wow. His name is too Gangantua. It's really heavy. Columbus, if I may ask, we want to know the exact rate of men and women, what people in Preda Island or Preda village do for survival, as for their living, if I know.
Their main occupation over here is fishing. And sometimes they normally, involve themselves in farming activities. But the actual work, if I would say, to be precise, is fishing.
Like if I may ask, although this island, I think it will be big, but did they do the farming on the same island or move another land?
Yeah, the farming activities like peasants. It's like peasant farm that they normally do. Something that they should just, go, especially cassava, they go and uproot it and use it for cassava dough. That's all. But they don't normally farm and use the crops for pot.
So I can say it is a small family.
Farming, yeah.
Wow.
To be precise, peasant farming.
And it is interesting. So they do the farming on this island.
Yeah.
It is done here.
Yeah.
And their main occupation is
fishing activities.
And if I may ask, are you also a fisherman or you use another thing altogether?
I'm a fisherman.
The only work you do here is fishing.
Fisherman.
That you just stay here, it's whether where you live or you come to do the fishing and go to another place. Like,
yeah, I'm a fisherman, but what I normally do is that I've employed people to be doing the work for me.
Wow.
Me myself, I'm a student.
Wow.
I'm a student.
This man is using his education to earn a lot of money. And we have a graduate here, a student. Wow. If I may ask, and if I'm not worried, in which school are you? Where are you schooling?
I'm from University of Winneba, Kumasi campus to be precise.
Brother, an island has got a graduate from University of Education, Kumasi campus. And it's wonderful. God is blessing these people. And I hope other people out there and the other kids coming out to be like this man. I can say he's a role model to this.
Exactly.
And it's wonderful. A student,
entrepreneur as well.
Like it's wonderful. And what's in your mind? Like I want to know what you wish if somebody is coming to this village to help. What do you wish that person should do for this village? Because I learned about 2 weeks ago, a man of God, Pastor being charged has come in to establish a school in this village. So what do you think you wish another person would come and do for this village?
For this village, to be precise, they lack so many amenities. To be precise, the education aspect that you talk about. And second thing is like they need KVIP. They need KVIP. Most of the people around, because of lack of KVIP in the town, they have been defecating all over, which is very bad. And over here, you see, the river in such a way that when the town comes, it normally flies. It goes away with the distance, with the feces, which go ahead to, pollute the water.
And it is not, let me come in. Your source of water, like how do you get, where do you get water? Like where do you get water?
Source of water, to be precise, they depend on the river water.
The water is where you take
it's not hygienic.
for cooking, for drinking, everything.
They don't even
God is
so wonderful, but they are always out.
I'm loving this. In fact, when I get some places like this and when I get some points of this story, I become sad. And
it's very pathetic.
But I always ask myself, do people in this village vote? Do they do voting?
Oh, they always vote. But what the politicians are doing that during the campaigning time, they only come and defeat them. And they give so many promises that when they come on power, they do. But whenever they have, assumed the position, then they forget the policies that they wanted to implement.
Wow.
So they are lacking behind. These people, they are lacking behind.
In fact, this island, it's really wonderful. First in history, I'm going to an island, and I'm liking the place. Being on the canoe, this is my first time. But are they Ghanaians? Yes. Let me ask this question. People in Preda, Ghanaians, because when I entered the village, wow, I almost cried. They are kind, loving, cool-hearted, and but a village of about 400 people and a lot of kids. The most hectic thing is like painful as a kid taking a canoe. It's not even a boat. Crossing the lake with a canoe to a different place for school. God. And this lake has got a lot of trees. Very risky.
Which can capture the boat at any time.
As I always say, I just met a 17-year-old boy with a canoe. The only thing he does is fishing, no education. But he's such a handsome boy, and I was really with him. I'm wishing somebody out there would just come to the aid of these people and help Pastor Francis Nyakukum in supporting, like building the school for them. The only thing I need most for these villagers is a school. If I may ask, do you people have a clinic or a place?
No, they don't have any, but they have it at nearby. But they don't have some in the town here. So anytime they are sick, they travel. They travel to the neighboring town.
And if it is a serious sickness
at night, they will die.
That means the person is going to
die.
Lose his or her life. Before you cross this lake, about 30 minutes, paddling to the next place, taking the vehicle to the next village. Wow,
so staying here is very risky.
Staying here is very risky. And when I see people around, God, I marvel. Like, they are always kind. They always welcome strangers. They don't even care who you are. But I wish treating them the same way they treat other people. I wish the government to come to the aid of these people and support. So far as we get a graduate here, a university graduate here, everybody here wants to be educated in this modern way, not modern than a modern way. People are ready to be educated. They want to learn. So if we get some children, 7 years, 8 years, crossing the lake to other village for education, that means they have the desire, they want to be educated. So how are we going to help these people? As Pastor Francis has started, I wish the government to come and support him with the education. And they are also pleading for a toilet facility. The lake is their only source. How people go around there, defecate, urinate, and do any sort of nasty, sorry for me to say, in it. After that, somebody will go and fetch without eating it. And it's really bad. So shameful and painful that in Ghana, a developed country like Ghana, we still have a village which has not gotten a light, I can say. They don't have
government facilities.
They don't have any social amenities. Like, they lack everything from 1 to Z, from A to Z. They don't have even at least one, but they are voting. We are counting their vote. When it's time for election, we bring in ballot box to this island for them to vote, and they do vote. And I don't know what to say again. Let's move to the next person and know what I may know. The person cannot speak the English. We shall do it. We know how to do it because we have done it. Let's go to the next man. And if I may ask, the brother in front of me, and maybe you can see him. Good evening. Good evening. Can I know your name?
My name is Papa Mauli.
Okay, Mauli. Okay, I know you are busy enjoying your game.
Yeah.
Let me help a little bit. I know
Yeah.
you are also in this village.
Leave me alone. He's trying to and what driving?
I know he's enjoying his game. I also wish I can also play. It's very interesting, sorry. Mr. Mauli, can you also tell me more, a little bit more about this village? What you also feel like, mostly for our children and then our women, our mothers and our sisters and brothers, when it comes to their house chores, their work, and their education. If you can also as I was saying, I want you to help us know a lot about this, but it should come from the kids, the children, our brothers and sisters, when it comes to the education, and our mothers. I know our fathers are doing fishing, but what about our mothers? What do they do to support us in this village?
I mean, how do you so whenever we are demanding something from the government will assist us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maui. And thank you for your time. And I don't know what to say, but I'm praying and hoping that there will be a way for people in preda, an island in the country. It's really precise. The place is in a population of about 400 and about 45 to 50 buildings. And people there are really they are struggling to make a living. In fact, they want to make it. They have aims and ambitions, but there's no support. And I hope somebody somewhere will come, or the president will be touched with these people's message and then come in, at least help them with education. They want, even from KG to class 6, with that they can make children here are suffering. The women, in fact, when it comes to this, then I start thinking about women and then children. How are they going to make it? In fact, they are really suffering. Let's pray and hope that somebody will be touched and then help them. Thank you once again for your time, and God richly bless you. Thank you. A girl about 17 years old, and her name is Esther. We want to talk to Esther how she gets to school every day in and out, if she is schooling or she is not, and if she is schooling, how does she go to school every day? Because I know she's on Preda Island. Let's talk to her. Esther, how are you? If I may ask, are you a student? Are you a student? Yes. So Esther, how do you go? Where do you school? Do you school here or another place? Where do you school? PJ Senior. So you are in the secondary school. Wow. And are you a boarder? Wow. So I can say you're neat and you are home on. So before you go to the secondary school, where were you schooling? Your JHS and primary education. Where were you having? And where is Vedemi?
Yeah, now we are in Afajatu district.
You are in Afajatu district. Yeah. So Vedemi or whatever, is it in the eastern region? Is that what place it is in the Volta region? Were you a boarder at that place? This. So as our old man said, people who were schooling here those days always have to stay at a different place. So Esther is a victim of those. She was staying in Vedemi, in the Volta region, where she attended the JHS, and now in SHS. That means in Preda here, those days you could not get education here. So 2 weeks ago, when Pastor Hukunse came in and gave them an education, like school from KG to class 3. Esther, so how did you feel when you were departed from your parents? Like, who were you staying with? You said you were this, who were you staying with? A family member. You were staying with your grandma. So you were away from your mom, and like, how were you feeling?
I feel sad.
Sometimes you are always, but you wanted to be in the house, but so like when you come home and you see other people who are not schooling, as of now you know a lot about education. So you be in the house and not knowing people are not in school. How do you feel for them?
I feel bad.
And like let me ask, you're feeling bad. What are the advices you give it to them?
I give advice that they should take them to another place so they can begin their
education. And Esther, you know, like, if I may say, most of your parents here, you know, they wish that their kids will be like you, be in school, like, but the money, the facilities are not there. So, like, the kids, the children themselves, your friends, your peers and colleagues, when you come home and you meet them, what do you tell them? Like,
I told them that they should tell our mom so they can prove them to send them to our education is not about.
So, Esther, if I may ask another question, now that with the help of a man of God, we have a school up to class 3, can you advise a friend of your age, 17-year-old girl or boy, who cannot even spell his or her name, or who cannot say come or go, or pronounce 2-letter words to be in class 3? And are you sure with your advice they are going to do it?
Yes, I advise them to do.
Oh, Esther, if I've not seen a lot of people. Do we have teenage pregnancy around?
Yes.
A lot going on. And then, and when you see them, how do you feel? And do you see them to be like their fault or anything else?
I can see that it's not their fault because their parents, some of their parents did not take care of them. Whatever they need, they didn't buy it for them.
So they do their own thing. They fight for themselves.
They fight.
Like everything they want, they have to fight for them. So that is the only source they could get it. So like when you come in contact with such a person, you'll not be getting the advantage, the privilege to be a graduate. Going, I know you make it one day. Because, yeah, so what are the things you tell them?
I advise them when they leave there, they have to prove themselves, they have to go to school.
And are you sure some people are going to be? So now I can say we have about people who are giving birth at your age. And will you advise them to go back to school? Or they're not going and being in class 3 at preda, will you advise them to do it? So if we give you the platform now that gather the youth in this village right now and speak to them, what are the things you are going to tell them when it comes to education? What are some of the things you are going to tell them?
I will tell them that nowadays, if you attend school, and if you want to go to do some work, do not allow you to do because you don't know how to spell your name. How are you going to do that? So I will advise them more.
And then let me come to our parents. When we ask you, Esther, gather the parents in this village, then talk to them and lecture them on like education. They should be supportive. What are the things you are going to do? Because I know although they want, but the money is not there. Why are you going to tell them the little they get, they should use in supporting the kids in education or what?
I tell them they have to take care of their child and they have to support them to do something in their future.
Okay. This is Esther, who is an SHS graduate. She is an SS education somewhere, and she's such a wonderful girl. I wish every lady in this village could make it like Esther, Mauli, and Colombia. And they are role models in this village. And I'm really proud of them. I like those guys and this community. Thank you, Esther. Welcome. A 10-year-old girl who attends a school in this village. And she says, let me say, Pentecost British School. That is what I would say. The school the man of God just bought in 2 weeks ago. Cynthia, what class is in? Only class. Cynthia, I come up boom. I'm boom back from our class. I learned they have been put together from, let me say, from 5 years to 14, 15 years are all in one class. It's wonderful because they cannot even write. They don't know what you are going to write. So they are starting from the basics. From the beginning, they kept them together. Cynthia, school no one is saying. School now, who is saying? A year. First now we go school. Now we go school. Preda here. First now school I say. And a boy. It's a boy and one go school here. Now it's here. Say na oye then. So what if you na oye? They be out here, one co school, company said, Pastor, this school for Asanya Baby now. This is yes, oh, shank, I say, you have uncle class then. some madam cast what they will be a class when I have a song. Class 3. Waiting at class 3. Waiting at through with you. Waiting I can go, come. Which I can be. Wow. And I can see this girl is interested in education. She just wants to be like Esther. I can see the vim is there. The way she's talking and the way she says she wants to be in class 3. If they're supposed to separate them, she's 10 years and she can write her name. Not like other people who could not write their name or even spell 2-letter words. She could do all those things. And she can understand a little bit in English. 1 or 2 English. She's understanding, but just that she's not fluent in it. And I like her. She's very beautiful. And I hope when she gets the help and the need for other people, she's going to make it just like Esther is doing. And I pray that Cynthia will also get to that point. Cynthia, what? I mean, shall we breathe? You want to see her there, what?
I took the liberty to interview these fishermen, and all that they are saying is they need help in their village and also need the help from people who will be touched by their story. I also pray that anyone watching this video will be touched and help the man of God to improve the educational standard of people in Preda Island.